You are listening to the Southwest Barrels podcast, where we focus on fun, tell you about all the events happening in the area, and have some interviews with some barrel racers. Sit back, load up on some cowboy coffee, and enjoy the ride. Welcome to this week's podcast for Southwest Barrels. What we're calling is the Southwest Barrels report, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but we'll get a new name for it sooner or later, somewhere down the line. So it's June 19th right now. It's a Wednesday night, and I just want to give you a little update on what's happening this weekend and whatever I'm seeing on Facebook, and that's about it. What's happening on Facebook this week? I just shared a great article on WesternThoroughbred.com that's featuring Brianne Hansen and her horse Highly Testable, or Tess as she is known. It's a really good article. It features about 4 or 5 riders that are using thoroughbreds or used thoroughbreds over the years to turn barrels. It's a very, very interesting article. I enjoyed it very much. So go check that out. If you're listening to this in the podcast, you can go to southwestbarrels.com and click on the link in the show notes for this episode. It should be right up on top if you're listening to this anytime soon. So, another thing that's on Facebook that's really cool, Shelby Lynn Williams is trying to become the Arizona Rodeo Queen, and she is doing a little fundraiser on Facebook, and it's getting a lot of traction, and a lot of people are supporting the cause already, which is always nice to see. If you can donate, that's cool. If not, share the link that's once again in the show notes and help her out. So another thing, I'm seeing a lot of posts lately of younger riders that are trying to race out of state, and they're looking for sponsorship. So if you're a company that can help those young ladies out, that would be much appreciated by them. If you just go on Facebook and go anywhere near Southwest Barrels, I'm always sharing those links. So, or if you're a company that's interested, just hit me up and I can send you in the right direction, because I don't want to post anything on Facebook with a name or mention the name in the podcast. But there is at least 3 or 4 of them that are looking for some support, so that would be a good thing. This week is 2 events that I know about. We got Queen Creek Barrel Racing Association Friday night at Horseshoe Park. That's part of the Friday Night Light Series. That's June 21st, Friday night. Time only, and books open at 5 o'clock, and the race starts at 7:30. And this week there's not going to be any time onlys after the race like they usually do, because Horseshoe Park has to turn the arena around and set it up for another event. So that's Friday night up in Queen Creek at Horseshoe Park. The second event for the weekend is Sabra, which is Saturday night at Schultz Arena. It's part of their Buckle Series. I believe it's the 3rd race in the Buckle Series. The books and time only start at 5:30, and the Pee Wee and Youth will run at 7:30, and the Open will follow right after that. So you can go on either Sabra's website or Queen Creek's website and get some more information. I'll have links in the show notes, of course, on this. Another thing I want to talk about is Facebook groups and Facebook pages. A lot of people are asking me, how come Southwest Barrels has a Facebook page and a Facebook group? Well, Facebook used to show your Facebook page to everybody who liked the page. Now that's not really the case. Now it's about 4% to 10%. But Southwest Barrels, since I share so much good information, Facebook kind of rewards the Facebook page and shows it to about 40 to, I don't know, say 50% of the people. So each post gets seen by 1,000 people, which is kind of cool considering we only have 2,000 likes on the page. So that's always a good thing. But I look at it as the Facebook page is the broadcast unit, and the Facebook group is where we have more intimate conversations, and I could put a lot more things because there's only 500 members in the group right now, 535 I think, somewhere around there. But it's basically everybody who knows everybody, and like nobody from the media can get in there. If unless they're invited in and pass our little secret questions that we got going on there. So I like to keep it nice and small. But when you post something to the group, it ends up going out as an email to most of the people in the group. It's weird the way Facebook does it. If people have notifications on, they get a notification and they get an email. So when I post something to Southwest Barrels, you will notice that right away there'll be 2 or 3 responses on the post, like a second after I did it. That's because people actually had their email open, or they seen it come in their email and followed the link. So the Facebook groups, they're really, really getting better attention than the page. So you'll see me posting to the page a whole bunch of stuff, sharing Confessions of a Barrel Racer, Western Border, all kinds of stuff that are trying to reach new people who already didn't like the page, as well as be entertaining for the people who do like the page. It's a fine line, but that's what happens there. And you'll see me broadcasting every once in a while to join the Facebook group, because a lot of people don't know that the group even exists. So between Queen Creek, Marana, and Tucson, it's a lot of people that I gotta get to join into the group. So if you want to share the group, feel free. If you haven't joined the group yet, I'll put a link in the show notes, or you just go to facebook.com and type in Southwest Barrels, and the group and the page will show up. It's normally the group will show up before the page, because like I said, Facebook is really working on the group aspect. What I think happened is they saw what Google Plus was doing with communities and the conversations and everything over there. It was really, really nice with no spam, and they're trying to copy that, even though Google Plus shut down. So, but I think Facebook's seen the writing on the wall with that. So that's about it. What's going on this week? I shared an interesting article in the group about shooting photography at concerts, which is very close to when I shoot photography at nighttime barrel races, especially in low lit barrel races. It's basically the same techniques as what I use, and if you're looking to get a camera, pick up a camera, make sure it's got the specs that can do what the article says, and you'll be in a alright position. So anything else happen interesting? If you go in the Facebook group, you'll see Fallon Taylor yelled at me, but that's another story for another day. I'm gonna make you do keep you on the edge there, and make you force you to go to the Facebook group to see what that's all about. So there you go. That's this week in Southwest Barrels Podcast Land. Yeah, that's a good one. Southwest Barrels Podcast Land. Yeah, that's the ticket. All right. Good luck to everybody racing this weekend, no matter where you're racing. Good luck to all.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.